Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky, and I am the owner of Quality Business Consultant, as well as a doctoral candidate and MBA. And for this video, what I'd like to do is introduce you all to my McDonald's 2021 financial report, as well as beginner's guide. So the way the video is going to play out is, first and foremost, going to go ahead and give you all a little bit of background about me, who I am, what I do, and why I do it. From that point in time, I'm then going to go ahead and show you all what the difference is between my McDonald's 2021 financial report as compared to my McDonald's 2021 beginner's guide. All right, so with that foundation set, let's go ahead and zip through this little handy dandy PowerPoint presentation. All right, so as promised, a little bit about me. Again, Paul Borosky, MBA, doctoral candidate, as well as adjunct professor. I do enjoy writing company financial reports. I write about 20 to 30 of them every year. Been doing it for about 5 years. So if you're interested in the McDonald's financial report, as well as the, let's see here, how do we go page back? There we go. All right, so if y'all are interested in my McDonald's financial report or any one of my company financial reports, just visit my webpage right here. I do have up-to-date reports on several public companies. Also, I am a published author on Amazon.com. One of my most popular books is Beginner's Guide to Understanding Financial Statements and Financial Ratios. So I do know a thing or two about financial statements analysis as well as financial ratios. And then finally, as I mentioned earlier, I am a adjunct professor and subject matter expert in finance, so I do have a little bit of education supporting my thoughts and ideas in regards to my financial analysis for McDonald's as well as my other reports. All right, so with that said, let's talk about the difference between my McDonald's beginner's guide as well as the financial report. So I do publish 2 guides for beginners. One is the beginner's guide to financial analysis, and then the other report is the actual 2021 financial report for McDonald's. One of the main differences between the two is that in the financial report, I do offer a brief financial analysis for the various line items, whether it be the rate of financial the revenues or the cash position or the different financial ratios. I provide a foundation in the beginner's guide, but I provide more in-depth analysis in the financial report. So let me give you a few examples. So in both the beginner's guide and the financial report for McDonald's, I do include an abbreviated or summarized income statement. And then I also, for both reports, I'll define what the revenues are. I'll give you a definition. I'll briefly discuss it. I'll give it to you some analysis tips as to what you should be looking for in regards to the trends for the various line items in the income statement. And then in the financial report, I go into a little bit more in depth. I'll break out the revenues. I'll compare it to a separate line item. For example, for revenues, I'll also go ahead and include revenue growth. And then I'll give you a brief analysis, my thoughts and ideas about the trends for that line item, again, in this example for revenues. And in the financial report, I'll do this process for a lot of the main or the popular line items in the income statement. The next section in the McDonald's financial report and the beginner's guide, both of the reports will have a summarized version of the income statement. The asset side's here, the liability and equity side is here. And again, both reports are going to have a brief discussion in regards to each one of the line items or the most popular line items. For example, this is the discussion I would have about the cash. Then I do it in other words, and then I give you an analysis tip as to what trends or some ideas to what to be looking for when analyzing a cash position. And then in the financial report, I go into a little bit more in-depth analysis for, again, the most popular line items. For example, I'll compare cash with percent of sales, and then I'll compare cash with percent of total assets as well. And then I'll give you a brief analysis, my thoughts and ideas as to McDonald's cash position. And then I'll further give an analysis grade, my thoughts and ideas on how well they're doing in regards to their competitors. The third section for both my beginner's guide and financial report for McDonald's will include liquidity ratios, asset ratios, profitability ratios, and debt ratios. And an example of the liquidity ratios for McDonald's, I'll give you the the calculations. So here's the formula to calculate your popular liquidity ratios, your current ratio, your cash ratio, your quick ratio, and then I'll, for example, the current ratio, current assets divided by current liabilities. And then underneath, I'll show you what the actual calculations are. And so these are the actual calculations for McDonald's for the current, the cash, and the various ratios. Further, what I'm going to do in both of the guides, the beginner's guide as well as also for the financial report, I'll explain what the current ratio is. I'll introduce the formula again. I'll explain the formula. I'll give you a different perspective in regards to the current ratio. I'll give you some analysis tips of the trends that you should be looking for most of the ratios that I've included in the report. And then I'll show you the calculations used for the financial ratios. And then I will also go ahead and again provide you all with the ratios further into the report. And then further, the financial report will also include the analysis. So I'll give you a brief analysis as to how well the current ratio is doing for McDonald's, and I'll provide the, so in the financial report, you're going to get the analysis as well, and then I'll give you a letter grade again. And this is in the financial report, which is not included in the beginner's guide. All right, so hopefully this information was helpful in differentiating between my beginner's guide and my financial report. Both of them you can purchase on my website. Just go to qualitybusinessconsultant.com/McDonald's Financial Analysis. And on that page, you can find a link to purchase both my McDonald's beginner's guide as well as McDonald's financial report for 2021. Hopefully this information was helpful. As always, go out and have a great day. Thank you.